Hey everyone, my name is Courtney and welcome back to my channel. Today is Saturday, so I thought we would start a little weekend reading vlog, especially since it is officially Thrill Till the Weekend. I'm actually going to be honest with you, I completely forgot until like 11 o'clock last night that this was something that I was hoping to do and participate in. We have some really exciting things going on. I'm not going to say too much about it yet, but lots of exciting things that have taken a lot of our attention over the last couple of days. And actually, we zipped down to Detroit on like very short notice on Thursday. And then we were there Thursday evening and most of the day yesterday, and then got back at like 10 o'clock last night. So I like literally forgot what day it was. And I think I missed like the movie night that was going to be hosted for Thrill Till the Weekend. And honestly, like my brain is so like scattered right now that I'm not sure how much I'm going to like actually participate in some of the things that are going on for Thrill Till the Weekend. But I'm hoping that maybe there will be some reading sprints going on and I can at least finish some books. May is shaping up to be one of the best reading months that I've had in years, which is very exciting, especially because a lot of the books that I've read have also been awesome. When we went to Detroit Thursday night, I actually forgot to bring the book that I'm reading, so I didn't do any reading there. And just with everything that we have going on right now, the last couple of days I haven't been reading much in general. So I am very excited to really buckle down this weekend and finish one or two more books. I am currently in the middle of reading Brother by Anya Alborn. Actually, maybe I'm like a third of the way through it, but I am really enjoying this so far. This is about a family that lives really in the middle of nowhere, like Appalachia, and the mother of the family really has a penchant for murdering women. So they're picking up hitchhikers, they are kind of luring people into their trap essentially, and they do it all to appease the mother in this family. And she's like a hothead. She's a very creepy character, but our main character is Michael, and he is a member of this family, but he doesn't necessarily share the same bloodlust of his family. Every single time that they get a girl and he knows what's going to happen, it just breaks his heart and he hates to do it, but facing the wrath of his family is even worse. Now, on a run to town, he meets this girl who works in a record shop and he's like enamored. He's a little bit smitten, and he's kind of giving away these risky details like his full name and things like that, which is typically a huge no-no when he goes into town. So I am really looking forward to seeing how that pans out, this relationship that he has budding with this girl. And also I feel like there's definitely going to be some repercussions for him sharing his full name. Every time that I've sat down to read it, it goes really quickly. I think I had been reading it for about 2 days before all of this craziness in my life started happening. So I'm really hoping that with some dedicated reading time today, I will make a good dent. I know in my TBR I mentioned that I was also hoping to read We Need to Do Something, but I'm not sure I'm going to have time for that. But I am hoping to get to Tribesmen by Adam Cesar. My husband and I have been watching this documentary on Shudder about found footage horror films and just the history of them and the iconic ones and how they get made. And of course, one of the most notorious found footage movies is Cannibal Holocaust, and it just has a really crazy story. If you haven't seen it, definitely look it up. I have not watched Cannibal Holocaust because I know that there is like real animal abuse in it, and like I've said 1,000 times before now, cannibalism freaks me out, especially in this sort of like real seeming context. But the story behind it is fascinating. In short, the director of the movie had a lot of the actors sign a waiver basically saying that they wouldn't star in any movies or be in any movies for a year after the film came out. And a lot of people ended up thinking that he actually had killed them and that they were actually murdered or had been killed in the making of this movie. And then he had to like get all of these actors out of hiding and like be like, no, I was just telling them to do that. So this is a movie about a desperate filmmaker. They go to the middle of nowhere to make a movie about a cannibalistic tribe, and it's just about everything that happens as they're trying to make this movie happen, for better or for worse. I got that book after hearing Mikay just like raving about it, and it sounds so fun. So I'm really hoping to get to that this weekend and hopefully finish it before the end of the month. We don't have too many other plans for this weekend. This morning already, Wolf and I really hit the ground running, and we went to pick up my dog from the Borders, and we went to Target. And I think today we're gonna go for a walk to the bank and just try and get some last minute steps in before the end of my step challenge this month. But I will be sure to take you guys along with us, and wish me luck. I hope I am able to finish both of these. Saturday night, and I am sitting here reading Brother. I think when I started this vlog this morning, I was at page like 104, and I'm now at page 246, so it does seem likely that I will finish it this evening, and I'm really liking it. I think that this book also really fits the prompt for isolation, and I think that's part of why this book creeps me out so much. I grew up in northern Michigan, like middle of nowhere, and I'm always like so creeped out by like what people do living in the middle of nowhere. Like, I just always assume people are doing all kinds of crazy, wild shit. And like, who would know? And this family and Brother is like the epitome of my worst fears, being out in the middle of nowhere. And I was talking to my husband about it when he got home from work. We took a nice long walk with Wolf, and the weather was just like so perfect outside. And he asked me, like, what's interesting about it? And I think that's a great question, talking about books, because I could just like run through the plot forever. And he mostly wanted to know it was interesting because I described it as being like a House of a Thousand Corpses type of family. Just this like really disgusting family drawn together by causing mayhem and violence, and that's like what their family revolves around. And those types of horror movies are not usually his thing. And for me, the family dynamics and the politics within this family are the most interesting thing. Our main character, Michael, he was sort of adopted into this family and has always kind of felt like an outsider. He doesn't belong, especially as this family grows into serial murder and cannibalism and like all this other crazy shit. He's this outsider, but is also sort of more taken care of by the parents compared to his siblings. And that has, of course, a really dark effect on his relationship with his siblings. And I think that has been the most interesting, and also just how he is wanting to and hoping to escape from his family, but being so isolated in the middle of nowhere. There was definitely just a really shocking moment, the kind of moment in the book that you were hoping wouldn't happen. And we're getting close to the conclusion here, where everything has really bubbled up for our main character, Michael, and like, I'm nervous for him. I'm nervous for some of the people involved. And it's just like this family is so violent and really lawless, like living in the middle of nowhere and doing what they do. It almost feels like they're capable of anything. So we'll see. I made some brownies. My husband is hanging out with his friend tonight down the street. So I am going to pump first, keep reading, and then I'm going to eat a brownie. I will see you guys all tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. As you can maybe tell, it's very beautiful outside today. I think it's going to be like in the 80s. It's sunny, and I didn't think that we had any plans today, but there is going to be a book sale on the south side at the Weiner Tap Room, and I didn't think we would go. I saw it on Instagram, and I didn't tell my husband because of our exciting life thing going on. We're on a bit of a budget right now, and beer and books together, it's like an absolutely dangerous combination for us, but it's also like our kryptonite. It's like, how could we not do it? And just because we're on a budget doesn't mean we can't have fun anymore. So I think we're gonna go to that and probably just do a lot of walking today and get my steps in. Last night I finished Brother by Anya Alborn. I loved it. I gave it a 4 out of 5 star ultimately. There is a twist that's revealed that I saw like a million miles away. It didn't feel that surprising. The family and the characters in this book are so twisted. So I was just seeing what sort of horror was going to unfold as this like reveal took place, and I wasn't disappointed. With the reveal came like the most intense ending sequence of a book that I have read in such a long time. Usually before bed, I do a quick pump session, and usually it only takes me like 15 minutes, but I like literally didn't want to tear my eyes away from the page to like turn off the pump and like put my milk away and like do that whole thing. I was just like staring at the page, reading, basically holding my breath because everything that unfolded was so fast paced, so intense, and you're just like reading it like a movie is unfolding in your mind. I absolutely love the ending, and that is really what gave it the 4 star. I think without that ending, probably would have been closer to like a 3.5 for me. There are some characters that I wish had been a little bit better explained, particularly Mama. She is sort of the instigator and the reason why this family is the way that it is, but I would have liked a little bit more backstory on her to explain like how she became this way. Her husband, Wade, the father figure of the family, he was also tough to read because he did seem to be the more emotional or empathetic parent, and yet he condones and facilitates all of this behavior. So I was really hoping for some sort of explanation of like why he puts up with it or what his life was like before he met Mama, and just like how they've created this band of absolutely terrifying people. And the last few lines of this book, jaw on the floor. I was literally reading it like totally took me by surprise. I like wasn't expecting that ending. And if you have read it, send me a message on Instagram. Obviously I don't want to talk about it in the comments here, but send me a message on Instagram or something so we can talk about the ending, because got a lot of thoughts. After I finished Brother, I started Tribesmen by Adam Cesar, and I am also really enjoying this so far. It's a fun little novella. It's a super fun little novella. I've mentioned in a previous vlog that my husband and I love watching The Last Drive-In with Joe Bob Briggs on Shudder. And in The Last Drive-In, he plays a lot of exploitation movies in a double feature sort of style, and he will have the directors, actors come on to talk about making these like low budget wild movies. And this is perfect for you if you love watching Joe Bob or love watching those exploitation style horror movies. We are following a tiny film crew as they head to a remote island to film a cannibal movie. We have the sleazy Italian director who's known for making these B horror movies and like porno movies. We have a junkie cinematographer who's like obsessed with getting his fix. And we have like a makeup artist that is really inexperienced. Like, this is her first big project and she's surprised that she's even gotten here so far. And a couple of movie stars as well. And in the very first chapter, there's like a little introduction of this island and this horrifying scene that unfolds where the island ultimately becomes cursed. And now I'm thinking that this is the island that they are on to film this movie. There's already been some really creepy moments, and just having this really chaotic group of people together to make this movie. Everyone is pissed at the director already. He's kind of manipulated them to get there and like lied a little bit about the circumstances of like where they're staying and what this movie is going to be like. I really can't wait to see where it goes. I have a feeling it's going to be really out of pocket. And like I said, especially if you love like those types of horror movies or watching The Last Drive-In, this will be really exciting for you. That is my update for now. I have to work for another couple of minutes and then we're gonna have some lunch and head to the south side to go get some beer and books. This budget thing is a great opportunity for me to remind you that I always have affiliate links down below with all of the books that I talk about from bookshop.org. If you are ever interested in any of these books that I talk about, please use my affiliate link. I get a tiny commission if anyone uses it. And what we're working on right now, any little bit really helps. So thank you guys so much. I will hopefully have an update for you guys later this evening. And hopefully at that point, I will have finished The Tribesman. See you all later. Hey everyone, it is now Monday. Happy Memorial Day. I just wanted to pop on here and wrap up this video. I hope that everyone has been enjoying Thrill Till the Weekend. I actually finished 2 books, so I am quite pleased with that. Last night, I ended up finishing Tribesman, and I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. I also really enjoyed this one. This is an extremely quick read. I think it's only about 130 pages. And so the action is really relentless. There's always something going on. And when they start to get into like the production of this movie, shit just hits the fan. It gets really wild where you are wondering, is it possession? Are these people just kind of acting crazy for the sake of this movie? And it's gory, it's bloody, it's really heart-poundingly like intense in some places, but at the same time it's also super fun. Like when you watch those like B-level exploitation movies, you know, you're not watching them to watch like high art cinema. It's just a good time through and through, and that is exactly what this book is. So thank you so much to Mike for posting about this book. It is not something that I probably would have even found or picked up on my own, and I don't know Mike personally, obviously, but if you watch my channel and you are somehow not watching his, please definitely check it out. I just love how he gives like such thoughtful and meaningful reviews of these like extreme horror books that I think sometimes the book community as a whole doesn't always take as seriously. He puts a lot of thought and attention to reading books like this and talks about them with so much enthusiasm, and it just makes you want to pick them up, such as I did here. But yeah, Tribesmen, great time, and now I just want to watch scary movies all weekend. I actually didn't film an update last night because we started watching the new season of Stranger Things, and my husband and I are both really liking that so far. I did also start We Need to Do Something, but I was not able to get very far into it, so won't be finishing it in time for Thrill Til the Weekend, since that I think is now over. Won't be finishing it for this vlog, but I'm hoping that maybe I can spend some time on it today so that it will be included in my May wrap up. I think we're gonna have a pretty low-key Memorial Day. It is hot as fuck outside, so I think we're gonna see if like the splash pads aren't crazy and let Wolf play in some water, have some hot dogs, just summer things here. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you are new here, please be sure to subscribe. It gives me a confidence boost every single time I see a new subscriber come through. Leave a comment down below with what you read for Thrill Til the Weekend if you participated, and be sure to like this video. Also a huge confidence booster for me. Enjoy the last few hours of this long weekend, and I will see you guys later this week for my May wrap up. Bye.